What if I told you that some of Hitler's most trusted men once tried to kill him? Not once, not twice, but dozens of times. That deep within the Nazi regime, a secret resistance was growing, led not by foreign spies or Allied forces, but by Germans themselves. People who had seen enough. People who were willing to risk everything, even their lives, to stop one man from plunging the world deeper into chaos. This is the story of the most daring and dangerous plot to assassinate Adolf Hitler, and the shocking truth about how close it came to succeeding. Let's rewind. It's the early 1940s. Hitler is at the height of his power. He's already invaded Poland, France has fallen, and Nazi forces are marching across Europe with terrifying speed. To many, Hitler seems unstoppable, but behind the scenes, cracks are forming in his empire. Not everyone in Germany supports the war or the man leading it. Some of the earliest attempts to kill Hitler were chaotic and improvised. In 1939, a carpenter named Georg Elser planted a bomb inside the Munich beer hall where Hitler was scheduled to speak. Elser acted alone, carefully crafting a hidden compartment in a pillar to house the explosive. It was precise, ingenious, and it nearly worked. But Hitler left the venue 13 minutes early. The bomb went off, killing 8 people, but missing its intended target. Elser was caught while trying to flee to Switzerland, interrogated, tortured, and eventually executed. His plot failed, but it sent a chilling message. Even within Germany, resistance was real. Fast forward to 1943, the war is turning. The German army suffers a massive defeat. Its Allied bombing raids are decimating cities. Hitler's inner circle begins to doubt whether victory is even possible. And among those doubters is a man named Claus von Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg was no ordinary officer. He was a decorated German aristocrat, a true believer in the nation's military honor. At first, he supported Hitler, but as the war dragged on and as he witnessed the horrors committed in Hitler's name, his loyalty turned to disgust. He joined a growing underground resistance within the military known as the July 20th Plot. Their goal: assassinate Hitler, seize control of the government, and negotiate peace with the Allies. It was risky, treasonous, and punishable by death. Stauffenberg quickly rose as a key figure in the plot, but here's what made him unique. He wasn't just planning the operation, he was willing to carry it out himself. On July 20th, 1944, Stauffenberg entered Hitler's Lair headquarters in East Prussia with a bomb hidden in his briefcase. He attended a high-level meeting with Hitler and other senior officers. At the right moment, he excused himself, placed the briefcase near Hitler, and left the room. Minutes later, the bomb exploded. The blast killed 4 men, but incredibly, Hitler survived. Why? In a bizarre twist of fate, someone had moved the briefcase, slyly placing it behind a solid oak table leg, which absorbed much of the explosion. Hitler emerged with a ruptured eardrum, a singed uniform, and a newfound belief that fate was protecting him. Stauffenberg, believing Hitler was dead, flew back to Berlin to initiate the second phase of the coup codenamed Operation Valkyrie. It was a military plan originally designed to protect the government in case of internal unrest, but the conspirators had secretly rewritten it to take over the Nazi regime. Orders were issued, troops were mobilized, communications were cut. For a few tense hours, it looked like the plotters might actually pull it off. But then the truth came out. Hitler was alive, and he was furious. The coup unraveled in a matter of hours. Loyal officers turned on the conspirators. Stauffenberg and several others were arrested that same night and executed by firing squad. In the days that followed, Hitler launched a brutal crackdown. Thousands were arrested. Nearly 200 people were executed in connection with the plot, some by hanging, others by firing squad. It was a purge unlike any other. But here is the part of the story that is often overlooked. The men and women behind the July 20th plot weren't just soldiers. They were secretaries, diplomats, pastors, and even members of the German aristocracy. Some were conservative nationalists, others liberal humanitarians. They didn't all agree on what should replace Hitler, but they agreed he had to go. They believed that Germany could not survive with Hitler at the helm, that the war was lost. That continuing meant more death, more destruction, and more shame for the nation. In the post-war years, many Germans viewed the conspirators as traitors. After all, they had tried to kill the Führer, but over time, history began to judge them differently. Today, Claus von Stauffenberg is remembered as a symbol of courage and resistance. Streets, schools, and even military bases bear his name in modern Germany, and the failed assassination attempt. It became a turning point. Though it didn't kill Hitler, it shattered the myth of his invincibility. It proved that even within his own ranks, people were willing to risk everything to stop him. It also raised haunting questions. What if the briefcase had been placed a few inches closer? What if Hitler had died that day? Would the war have ended sooner? Could millions of lives have been saved? We'll never know for sure. But one thing is clear. The story of the July 20th plot isn't just about a failed assassination. It's about the moral courage to stand up, even when the odds are impossible. It's about real people making impossible choices in the face of evil. And it's a reminder that sometimes, even in the darkest of times, there are those who refuse to stay silent. Thanks for watching. If this story made you see history a little differently, hit that like button and subscribe for more untold moments from the past. Because history isn't just about what happened, it's about what could have happened.